Ladies and gentlemen, he just lost, and he lost so badly that if he had a Twitter account right now, he would be spending the next 10 years coping, saying how he was born in the wrong timeline, the entire system is rigged, and everyone would be quote tweeting him, probably saying skill issue. And of course, I'm talking about the one and only Billy Mitchell.
What's up, Doc?
The infamous record holder for having the highest possible score achievable in Donkey Kong. Now, I know there's a lot of animosity around Billy Mitchell. The reason why I'm saying he's the highest world record holder at the minute, because if I don't, he's probably going to throw me into a lawsuit, because at the minute, Billy Mitchell's entire routine seems to be waking up at 3 in the morning and then filing about a dozen lawsuits before lunchtime. All because people don't believe he actually got the Donkey Kong world record through legitimate means. But today, one of the many, many lawsuits he filed has completely fell through, and the judge just laughed at him, which is hilarious. Calls were even leaked around the entire conversation, and when I say this is juicy, it is more juicy than that mod I was running on Resident Evil 4. You guys remember the Billy Mitchell situation, right? The guy that everyone hated, and he did he's got the world record for Donkey Kong. Apparently, he has really fucked up his lawsuit at the minute. He was in a separate lawsuit and he's lost it, so this will be interesting.
Hello, you absolute legends.
Oh, legend! Total legend. I love how Australians just always have the word legend in their vocabulary. Unless he's Kiwi. If he's Kiwi, then I apologize.
In April of 2021, video game cheater of the century Billy Mitchell sued David Reyes for $100,000. And while most people know that Billy likes to sue people when his feelings get hurt when they say something he doesn't like on the internet.
So quick, TLDR, Billy Mitchell, he basically got accused of cheating on a Donkey Kong game because he's got the world record for Donkey Kong. And he, because he played it on a fraudulent machine, a machine that had hacks installed or something like that. But the thing is, this isn't a simple case of he's cheating, it's over, because he's very wealthy and he's very well connected. So one of the judges that was actually in on it has been God defending Billy nonstop, but it's actually recently came out that judge was also in on it. He's being paid off by Billy, they were both cheating, and he's very well connected, so it's been really hard to kind of uproot him. And also because he's so wealthy, he basically just throws lawsuits left, right, and center at everyone. If you talk shit about him, he basically throws you into a lawsuit.
Particular lawsuit is very different. It's still ridiculous, moronic, and a waste of everyone's time and money, but at least you could say it's not a defamation.
Someone in chat said the Regular Show guy. So Regular Show, they had a bit in Regular Show where they had Billy Mitchell in there, but he was playing a character called Garrett Bobby Ferguson. Because obviously if they had Billy, because Billy Mitchell probably would try to sue these guys at some point, and then I think he just loses and explodes or something. Yeah, there you go. So that's funny. He was even being mocked there. And that wasn't a cameo or something. They asked him to voice. They were literally just mocking him.
Mitchell sued Twin Galaxies for defamation. David Reyes provided the phone call to Twin Galaxies, which they then submitted as evidence in their defense. This phone call showed, among other things, that Billy Mitchell was the kind of person to lie, fake videotapes, and trick people. It also showed that Billy Mitchell and David Reyes were friends, because Billy was...
I don't even think I've heard a single case of Billy Mitchell being told he's an honest guy. I think every case he's brought up has just always been proven that he was lying.
Fighting something very potentially damaging, which he just wouldn't do if David was some random person. But in the lawsuit, Billy was claiming that...
I've seen a lot of people as well bring up the argument saying well, if he didn't care so much and if he isn't being honest, why not just, come up with me I'm lying, it's over. Mostly because Billy Mitchell, because he has the world record holder for Donkey Kong, he gets so many brand offers and sponsorships because of that. So if he were to be proven to be a liar, he'd basically lose a huge revenue stream.
That David wasn't his associate. And this phone call happened long before Billy was even banned.
Look at all this product placement around him. He's got Barstool, let me move my camera. He's got Barstool there, that Instagram page or whatever it is. They've got their own hot sauce and he's shilling it there. It's insane.
So it wasn't some kind of retaliation. It was literally just a random plot Billy created to lie to Twin Galaxies to screw with them, because that's just what Billy does. Well, after 2 long years, the lawsuit has finally been dismissed. And this is a big deal for a few reasons.
Unlucky.
First, back in May of 2021, I created a GoFundMe for victims of Billy Mitchell lawsuits. And all of that money went specifically into this lawsuit. So everyone who donated to that was a huge help to David and made a massive difference.
I think this guy on the left, by the way, is the referee that was overseeing Billy Mitchell's game. The one that people think was also in on the scam. Imagine losing to a lawsuit and the money was raised by people that hate you. That is a double burn. That really... Oh, he wasn't that one? What was his name? It's not the same referee. Let me see if I can find him. That's the guy. It's this guy here. Are you sure it's not the same guy? Just like way, way older. Well, no, I mean like Billy Mitchell hasn't aged like a day. Yeah, that's the guy. Billy Mitchell Rice, Twin Galaxies referee Todd Rogers. That's right, Todd Rogers. So he was the one that basically like oversaw it and he was like, yeah, he's innocent. He got it. He did it legit.
Secondly, with this case being thrown out, the phone call can be used by Twin Galaxies in their lawsuit. Not that they really need it. They'll win for about 300 other reasons anyway.
Why does he dress up like that, bro? Like he's gonna turn up into court dressed up as like Jesus in the white suit. You know what he reminds me of? You know in Hitman when you're like lying on the table and you're dead and you've got the white suit on? Hang on. Yeah, it's the suit. It's the suit you wear in Blood Money when he's like lying. Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. Just him lying down, accepting defeat.
In the coffin. And third, I think there is a...
No, he rose back from the dead and he can't stop cheating. Dude, spoilers. Ah, shit, it only came out like 20 years ago. My bad. Sorry, bro. My bad.
...of attorney's fees from Billy, which would be a huge blow. In this video, we'll take a look at why this case was thrown out.
To that guy in chat that said spoilers, no one tell him what happened after World War II. I don't think he found out yet.
And we'll also listen to some snippets of this phone call that Billy Mitchell was so scared of. But I must warn you, it's cringe. It's one of the cringiest things I've ever heard. So if you do have a hazmat suit nearby, I suggest putting it on before you continue. I really hope you enjoy. Now, legends, this video is sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd.
No, skip! Hey, Pyro, when are you going to create an OnlyFans where you watch YouTube videos all day? I was debating on doing an OnlyFans at one point, like one of those thirst trap ones. Maybe. Because, like, I'm not even joking, bro. The fucking revenue stream you get from that is actually unreal. I mean, even fucking 2Mad did it at one point, so I feel anyone can do it.
Is an alleged perfect Pac-Man score he achieved in 1999. David Race's claim to fame is actually being the best Pac-Man player in the world. David holds the world record for the fastest perfect Pac-Man ever, and can literally do it first try on command. David was originally a Billy Mitchell defender when the cheating scandal broke, and did everything in his power to try and prove Mitchell innocent. It was for this reason that Billy brought David on board as part of a team to help clear his name. But ultimately, after investigating everything he could, David came to the same conclusion that everyone else did. Billy cheated.
I like how this is his conclusion video, how he believes Billy cheated. This guy looks like he's been through war. This looks like one of those confession videos, like Walter White sat on his bed. I like he's got a Marine t-shirt on as well. He's actually been through war to like find out Billy Mitchell was lying.
Coming to that conclusion, David has become a staunch Billy offender, being very vocal in his opinion that
based on all the evidence, Billy Mitchell is a liar, cheater, and a fraud.
And a cheater. This obviously caused a falling out between the two, but before that happened, they exchanged several phone calls. And in one of those phone calls, Billy outlined an ingenious plot to trick Twin Galaxies and Jace Hall, the owner of Twin Galaxies, and make them look like total fools. What he would do is recreate his old world record, but on a real arcade machine. He would then send the tape to Twin Galaxies, and according to Billy Mitchell, Twin Galaxies and everyone else on the internet would declare that the tape was faked. This is because everyone hates Billy Mitchell, and when they say his records were done on emulator, it's not because that's what the evidence shows, it's just because they want to take Billy Mitchell down. So
I actually would like to know what Billy Mitchell's lifestyle is at this point. I swear he has like, you know those CEO mindsets where it's like wake up at 3 in the morning? Like, okay, what's a good example? Mark Wahlberg. So let's look at his routine because this guy wakes up like, yeah, look at this, bro. Look at this. 2:30, wake up. 2:45, prayer time. 3:15, breakfast. 3:40 to 5, workout. 5:30, post-workout meal. 6, shower. 7:30, golf. 8, snack. So, okay, so Billy Mitchell's would be 2:30, wake up, 2:45, file lawsuit, 3:15, file lawsuit, 3:40 to 5:15, file additional lawsuit, 5:30, check on the lawsuit I filed at 2:45, 6 a.m., file another lawsuit, 7:30, contact someone about the lawsuit, 8:30, contact a third lawyer about the lawsuit. This guy just wakes up and sues people. I don't know what else he does. Does he have a job or anything now? Is he just sat on that, like, Nintendo no sponsor money, just suing people all day.
But then he's going to unleash his devilish idea, because there was actually a...
You forgot buying a new tie? Oh my fucking god, so true. Yeah, no, my bad. Okay, so at 8 a.m. he actually goes on eBay to find another tie.
second camera showing Billy
And then like 8:45, it'd be like, do I wear a black suit or a white suit?
Mitchell playing, proving it was real.
Is that Billy Mitchell?
And boy, oh boy,
Oh my god, that is. It's baby Mitchell. He's actually baby.
when everyone sees this, they will have egg all over their faces. And Billy Mitchell will show the world just how ignorant and dogmatic they are. Yeah,
I wonder what happens if you look up Billy Mitchell, because it won't come up as, you know, you look up like R. Kelly and it will say like sex offender because he actually got convicted. American restaurateur. Jesus Christ, Wikipedia is coping. They can't even say he's a record holder, so they just call him a restaurateur. William James Mitchell is an American video game player and restaurateur through claiming numerous records on classic video games. Perfect score on pack. How is he a restaurateur? Mitchell has 3 children and lives with his wife in Florida. He lives in Florida? Poor bastard. No wonder he sues everyone all day.
let's have a listen to some of this phone call.
But what I plan on doing is, it's also being recorded out the back. The direct feed is hooked up. And what I plan on doing, and this is top secret, I plan on doing it. I'm going to take the tape, and I'm going to have it sent to Jace Hall. When I say have it sent, I'm going to have it sent to New Hampshire, which is where I think it last was. I'm going to FedEx it to New Hampshire, and somebody in New Hampshire is going to FedEx it to Jace. Just like the Wayne's tapes suddenly showed up at Jace's doorstep.
Yes.
This tape will suddenly show up. And the news will be, we found the 1,062 tape. And it's nothing except a silent tape. There's not my voice, my face, nothing. Just like the others.
Oh, a tape just appeared in front of my house. Oh, news people, look. There's paranormal activity. I don't understand why people do this. Like, they have these phone calls and they don't think they'll get leaked. It is so bizarre. Like, have you watched any like crime drama in your life? Like, I get it. You can't use payphones anymore. I get it. But like, god damn, man. Like, at least use Telegram or something where the messages like auto-destruct.
Yeah. And I want Jace to look at it.
Creepypasta material. I found this game at my house and it was called Ben Drowned Zelda.
Put it online. I think he will. And many people, maybe Jace too, are going to pick it apart, how rotten it is, how evil it is, how maim it is, how corrupt it is, this and that. Oh my God, a third tape to prove Billy Mitchell, SOB, and all that. Okay. I hope Jace says it because it'll destroy his credibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're literally baiting him out. They're trying to bait him out.
I will send the exact same one from the webcam, and I'll put it on the internet. And everybody that was an idiot is going to absolutely be caught on the carpet. I mean, absolutely shamed. I mean, so many people are going to be mad at me. Oh well, the truth will come out.
Yeah.
I think this might eliminate things with me and Jace permanently, which I don't care. He needs me more than I need him, believe me.
I absolutely love the last line where Billy says that Jace Hall needs him more than Billy needs Jace. Jace Hall was a founder and CEO of the video game developer Monolith Productions, which...
Is he actually? That's sick. Dude, I love Monolith. Dude, I don't know if any of you know, Monolith made some really fucking good games. Like, people know them for Lord of the Rings, like the Shadow of Mordor, but they did, like, the Fear franchise. They did Blood. They did No One Lives Forever as well. I never played that, but I heard it's really good. But they made some really good games. They made Condemned as well. There were so many horror games I played as a kid that they made. And they've probably irreparably, like, fucked me up forever. But yeah, they don't really do horror games anymore, which kind of sucks.
Which developed, among many, critically acclaimed games such as Blood and Fear. He was the senior vice president of Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment and produced his own show. He is extremely well known within the gaming community and has many other notable achievements. Billy Mitchell...
Look how short John Carmack is compared to him. Actually mogged.
Billy Mitchell is known for calling himself the best video game player ever and faking Donkey Kong scores. I just don't think Billy is as important as he thinks he is. But also in this phone call, Billy Mitchell says that he hopes he gets banned.
Yeah, it is Monday, April 2nd, 2018, and we are here to play 117 boards of Donkey Kong. I kill streak on demand. Here, now, watch the screen. A feat I first achieved in July 1982 with history's first ever Donkey Kong kill streak. Yeah, my question for you youngsters who have joined the Donkey Kong community.
You youngsters.
July 1982, were you even alive?
Were you even alive? You know those kinds of people that like give the whole speech about like back in my day, like he's now even saying, were you even alive? You know when Spyro the Dragon came out on PS1, were you even alive then? Or were you just a fetus? You have no culture. I mean, to be fair, that does actually apply to like most people in this chat because Spyro came out the year I was born, so.
A very targeted game. This game is meant to sting, and it will, more than one way. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to say. But it's at that point that I turn...
Average Donkey Kong fan. Average Nintendo drone.
The tape that Jace initially has none of that. It has the play from the start to the end, nothing. Nothing colorful, nothing. And I think...
Okay, someone just made a really good dono. I'm going to let it in. That was a really good dono.
With all the lawsuits Billy Mitchell is filing, he could work for Nintendo's legal team taking down their game soundtracks from YouTube.
He's actually the perfect person to get a record in a Nintendo game because Nintendo fucking hate their fan base. Nintendo will literally curb stomp their player base and the player base just still keep like sucking on their toes. It's insane. I've never seen a video game company despise their player base more.
I'm sure the people are just going to find a way. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. And when it's the exact same gameplay out with the webcam, I mean, it's just going to be, I mean...
I like I said unintelligible, and he just goes, blah, 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 blah.
Jace, I hope Jace bans me for being a son of a bitch. I don't know.
So when this phone call is played in trial, showing that Billy is a liar who is willing to fake videotapes and that he was hoping to be banned, I don't think that will sit very well with the jury. And of course...
Yeah, I mean, that's not proof that he cheated the original score, the original high score, but it just shows like how low he's willing to go just to kind of like, you know, throw someone under the bus.
Neither does Billy, which is why he sued David Reyes for recording the phone call.
Billy Mitchell will be like, I sue you for recording the phone call. It's a one-party consent, so only one person needs to consent. You consented. It doesn't matter. I sue you. Okay, so it's a one-party consent rule. I'm going to sue all of Canada now because that's where the phone call took place. Oh, okay. Let me just sue the telephone company that put the fucking telephone inside of your house. I genuinely don't think Billy Mitchell will be happy until he has sued every single person in the entire planet. If he lost this lawsuit, this huge lawsuit that's going to go on for years, he'll probably just end up suing Nintendo, saying like Donkey Kong shit.
However, David did nothing wrong. David lives in Ohio, and in Ohio, you don't need the consent of both parties if you want to record a phone call.
I'm so happy he didn't make an Ohio joke. I'm so happy. This one-party consent law is pretty much the same everywhere. I don't know anywhere that has a two-party consent. So this basically means you're allowed to record a conversation without the other guy consenting. Like, obviously, they're going to be pissed that you recorded a phone call, but they can't do anything about it because you're that party. You consent. You consent to recording the conversation. Okay, so two-party consent is California, Connecticut, Florida, Hawaii. Oh, isn't Billy Mitchell in Florida though? Ah, that might be a little bit complicated then. Yeah, because okay, well, if he was in Florida when it took place. Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Washington.
In Ohio, what David did was perfectly legal, but Billy sued him anyway, though not in Ohio. Instead, he sued him in Florida, where you do need the consent of
that's what a little wriggly worm. That is so sneaky. So even though he was in Ohio and it is one party, he dragged him all the way down to Florida just to do the lawsuit there, knowing he'd win.
All parties to record a conversation. Billy was trying to claim that it doesn't matter where David was because Billy was in Florida at the time. David should have known this and should have governed himself based on Floridian law. This makes no logic.
Floridian law. Is that a real word? That sounds like it's from fucking Star Wars or something. The midichlorians. The Floridians.
Logical sense, of course, but it's the claim that Billy was making. Now, one thing I will say about Billy is that even though these lawsuits are straight up evil in my opinion and have the potential to ruin people's lives lives through stress and legal fees, his lawyer is pretty good. And his lawyer did a good job of making this as confusing and messy as possible.
Who is this guy? This poor old guy that Billy Mitchell is just dragging around everywhere. He's like the last referee on earth that actually believes Billy Mitchell. He's just dragging this poor guy. I'm pretty sure they're both like cuffed by the ankle with handcuffs.
Every lawyer that I asked or heard talk about this case said the same thing. David was in Ohio, so what he did was legal. So this really should have been just a simple...
Also, like, really off topic, but Carl, the guy who made this video, he's playing Perfect Dark music right now. That is a very good game.
...case of filing a motion to dismiss based on lack of personal jurisdiction, and the case should have been thrown out rather quickly. Lack of personal jurisdiction means that David was in Ohio, so he shouldn't have to answer to the laws and courts of Florida for his actions.
Yeah, it is a bit of a gray area, but I feel like if someone's in a one-party consent and then someone else is in a two. But obviously, yeah, Billy filing it in Florida is sneaky as shit because he knew that he'd have like the upper hand there.
The original motion to dismiss was filed in July of 2021, almost 2 years ago. It took 2 years for this motion to succeed and for the case to be dismissed. And
imagine the anxiety you would have for 2 years having a lawsuit put over your head. That is one thing that seems terrifying about lawsuits. Like, I did a video the other day on the H3H3 drama, and I skimmed over how we had that lawsuit against Matt Huss, the bald guy, back in 2016. And it's not even like being in court and stuff that worries me. It's like how long it takes for the court to free up time to focus on your case. Like, it is years sometimes. It's insane. And that just hangs over your head like a cloud. It's fucking horrible.
That 2 years, a whole bunch of crap happened, racking up fees of well over 50.
People actually do this, and that's what my law professor dealt with on a daily basis, globally and nationally. Yeah, it's insane.
$1,000. What ended up happening is that Billy's lawyer successfully stopped the original motion to dismiss from being granted. Honestly, having followed this case and having watched some of the hearings, it's my uninformed opinion this was a combination of a failure of David's lawyer and a lack of caring by the court judge. Even if an argument is ironclad,
John Wick Chapter 5 antagonist. Yeah, it's just like it's like evil Keanu Reeves, except he has no talent and can't even act.
The lawyer still needs to perform well in hearings in order to have their motions granted. After this motion was unsuccessful, David took it to the Court of Appeals, and this time they agreed completely, stating, "It is significant that the conduct that offends the Florida plaintiff, the recording of phone calls without his consent, is not illegal in Ohio, where the calls were recorded. The recording of the call..."
I just laugh whenever I hear the word Ohio because those garbage memes. I like how this is the one small time where Ohio actually takes a W. The one time Ohio has actually been a W state.
Is not malum in se, a wrong or evil in itself that is prohibited everywhere. Nor is the act of recording a conversation akin to a tort like slander or libel, which is recognized as tortious conduct in every state. While a defamation action deters falsehoods, an unaltered, audible recording conveys with precision what was said. Where a defendant legally records a phone conversation in his home state and has no other significant contacts with Florida, it offends traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice to require him to appear in Florida to defend against a lawsuit for an alleged violation of the Florida Security of Communications Act. We therefore reverse and remand to the circuit court with directions to enter an order dismissing the case for lack of personal jurisdiction.
Damn.
Can you imagine?
Billy Mitchell actually got shit on there. That is hilarious. Billy Mitchell always has a plan. Who is he planning to lose to next? We've got to see Silly Mitchell and Todd Hodges sue each other. I love how this phone call is just Billy going on and on about his plan, and David is just saying different forms of yeah from time to time. Yeah, he was doing like a Jafar from Aladdin, like evil monologue, and then just, you know, didn't even go anywhere. Genius.
I love my waifu Sayaka Maizono. We've gone everywhere, to a zoo, in a limo, multiple times to the mall.